What is going on? How's everybody doing, man? This is like a new thing that I'm going to start with Hambone to the movies because it's a lot easier sometimes to get to the streaming. I can't get to every movie because I work full-time job, all that kind of good stuff. So I got to do all kinds of other things. So I can't get to the movies all the time, which I am planning on going to do more movies here quickly into the future. Me and my wife Brandy is going to be restarting and doing some of our couple therapy thing. We got a couple therapy coming out. It's on the movie Normal that just came or fitting to come out in the movie theaters. We got to see it at a Scream Unseen, which is kind of a cool thing if you love movies and stuff like that, to possibly give that like a chance to do. Like AMC Theaters does something called like either Scream Unseens or Screen Unseens, which is like movies is like a mystery box. Like you walk in, you don't know what movie you're going to get. And we got the movie Normal, so we'll be covering that on here too. But with this little new thing that I'm going to do is kind of like these movies that are on streaming. Some of them can be old, some of them can be newer. And basically just telling you kind of like whenever I do a movie and I say like big screen it, stream it, or ditch it. And this one, it's going to be super simple. In this format, it's going to be stream it or skip it. So let's just put it this way. You know, we all done it before. We've all sat in front of our Netflix and for 2 hours never pick a movie because we just can't pick one. This maybe can actually help you out on certain decisions. Maybe next time you jump on Netflix, because this movie is on Netflix, the movie I'm going to discuss. I'm actually going to discuss both of them at the same time. It's The Babysitter. I actually watched The Babysitter and I enjoyed it so much I went and watched like the sequel to it called The Babysitter Killer Queen. So I'm going to be talking about both of those on this one right here. Kill two birds with one stone kind of situation. But yeah, it's going to be one of those things like you pop this on, boom, you happen to see it, you happen to see the review. So the next time you passing by The Babysitter or whatnot, you're like, oh crap, this is actually pretty good. Or that one guy said it was pretty good. I'm going to stop. I'm going to hit the play button instead of keeping scrolling through all the different movies. So something I just kind of wanted to do. So we're going to do these more often and everything else. So with this first one, like I said, it's going to be the Babysitter movies that are on Netflix. You got The Babysitter, and then you also have The Babysitter Killer Queen that's out there. And like I said, I watched and I'm not going to give a bunch of spoilers. I want you to go watch these movies. Like if you haven't seen these movies before, I want you to go watch them. I'm going to give you some like very basic stuff on here. I'm not going to tell you everything to do with the plot. I'm not going to tell you everything that happens in the movie or anything like that or how it ends. It's not like a spoiler review. Basically, it's going to be it may have some minor things that I say that's about like the plot or about the movie, but it's not going to be like overall this huge like, oh man, you're getting spoiled right there at the very beginning. No, it's not going to happen. I'm going to try my best not to do that because I kind of want you to go watch these movies. Like I said, I'm telling you to go stream it. Don't skip it. If it's a good movie, I'm going to be honest with you if it's good or not. So I watched the Babysitter and thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought the child actor in that movie was like super good. Follows it's played by all right. So it's a film by Mick G, and it's written by Brian Doublefield, which I think is a pretty good combination because I really did enjoy this. You got Samara Weaving as B. That's the Babysitter. You got Judah Lewis as Cole, and he's a 12-year-old. That's what I was about to say. It's like really enjoyed the 12-year-old actor here. Or he might not have been 12, but he's playing a 12-year-old character, and he looks the part. He's obviously a young actor, and he plays this character very, very super good, super well. This is like one of those like dark comedies. It's like a horror movie mixed with like funny stuff that's happening and everything else. You got the quirky characters and all this stuff going on. And basically the premise is he's got a crush on his babysitter, like a lot of probably young boys do, especially if the babysitter look like Samara. So like, and he's trying to impress her and be like stronger for her and stuff like that. She's like his babysitter. She's done it more than once for him and stuff. And they have a really good time. They watch movies together. They enjoy some of the same things, even though she's older, obviously, and all this stuff. And he's got that, innocent crush. He's not like being weird about it or anything like that. And as everything goes through the movie, You find out, oh, the babysitter's got something to hide. She's actually like got this cult. They're trying to like get powers and promises from the devil and stuff. She's got this old book that if you recite some lines, if you have the blood of a sacrifice and the blood of an innocent, uh, and put them together and drop them on the pages as you wish for what you wish for, you're going to get these powers and stuff like that. And you just have these like teenagers and stuff like that she has kind of like with her, that's trying to put this stuff together and everything else. You got some fun kills here. You got like, there's funny things that happens throughout this thing. It's really super good. I think it's like almost like one of the perfect like kind of comedy mixed in with horror kind of situations going on here. I think it's really done well. I think it's really done good. Even the dog in the background agrees with it. But yeah, super good stuff going on here with this first movie. Really enjoyed it, right? This is definitely a streaming. If you go to pass The Babysitter, don't pass it. If you like any kind of horror, if you're cool with a little bit of blood and stuff like that, do it. Don't pass it up. Stream it. Now, we get to the Killer Bee, which is the second installment of this movie. So like I watched the first one, I enjoyed it so much that I went on to watch like hey, The Babysitter Killer Queen. I think I keep saying Killer Bee because the main character is Killer Bee. So I keep saying Killer Bee, but it is actually The Babysitter Killer Queen. Sorry about that if that's confusing. But this one was done like 3 years later. Also produced by, directed and produced by Mick G. And it's wrote by Dan Lagana. That the writing goes out the window here. The first one I thought was done very intelligently. Like the comedy came at the right moments and all this stuff. And it's really hard to do that, like horror comedy put together, especially if you don't have the right flow to it. In that first movie, The Babysitter, it was done almost to perfection, if not to perfection. Just the way it rolls, the dark humor, the comedy, the funny ways that people die and stuff just happens almost all the time in the right and correct moments. So, and that's why I clicked on The Babysitter Killer Queen and gave it a watch, because of how good the first one was done. I didn't know it was done by a different writer, but it's done by a different writer, and they just miss the mark. Obviously, though, as well, there's multiple writers on this. The main one being Dan Lagana, but you have Brad Morris and Jimmy Warden as well. And sometimes having a team can be good, but sometimes having a team can be super bad. And like I said, you can tell that through this. You also add, because they have probably a little bit of a bigger budget, they go and get some of the, maybe like, they throw Jenna Ortega in here. Worst decision of her life. Maybe not. I haven't seen all of Jenna Ortega's like films, but this is a bad one to have chose to do, because it just falls flat on its face. There are some cool moments. Like, it wasn't so bad that I turned it off and stopped watching it, but it's just like, it's a lot more dumb. They try to like oversimplify everything. It's like, bro, you don't have to do that, man. Keep that same flow and feel like the first movie had, just with a couple of different characters. And I also thought it was stupid. Like, so in the first one, he's got a friend that's the same age, talking about the young Cole. He's got a friend that's the same age that turns out that he really likes. And, basically almost like they're going to be boyfriend and girlfriend. And then in this film, it just jumps. He's older. He's a loser again. Like, and she's like dating this other kid or something like that, while he's like sitting on the sidelines and everything. I just thought that was dumb. I thought it could have been really cool in the second movie, instead of changing a huge amount, that maybe you have a different group of kids or something like that that's like older now or something like that, that's trying to do this whole deal. Instead of throwing in all this extra stuff, you could have had him and her actually be boyfriend and girlfriend, both kind of being nerdy, both kind of being like whatever, but they found each other and they love each other and stuff. And you had a story with them two working together, trying to survive this thing. But there's just too much. The Jenna Ortega character's thrown in there. Then they bring back the cast from the other one somehow, because they're coming back from the dead. I just feel like if you would doing this, you could have made it cooler if you would have just had, if that was your idea, the other guys, after spending some time in hell, obviously, because they tried to make a deal with the devil, like every couple of years they get a chance to like redeem themselves. Like, you could have did that with the boyfriend and girlfriend aspect over here. And I thought that would have been way better done way better. Keep the same like funny like deaths and stuff like that. You could add random characters. Like if you want more killings in the movie and stuff, you could have added just more random characters. Like there's a guy that's like randomly sitting out here in this park thing, you know, that they use in this actual movie, and they just didn't do it. It's just like just didn't flow as good. So here's how it goes, boys. Like I said, I didn't want to have this take super long, and I'm actually covering 2 movies, so about 5 minutes on each. First movie, The Babysitter. Stream that thing. Don't skip it. Stream it. The Babysitter Killer Queen. You gotta, it's a skip. Skip it. Unless you are like me and you're gonna get some enjoyment out of just like some blood and some creative ways of deaths and stuff like that in the film. If you're not a person like that, you just keep going. You just skip this movie. But the very first one, definitely stream it, guys. And like I said, this is going to be kind of a new thing. Try to get better and better at it. I've actually come back recently from streaming. Used to stream a little bit more, and I was more into the, all up into it, a little bit more refined and everything else. But I've been like, had a lot of things. I've been married, had to move, a big move that I had to do and all that stuff. And I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things, and I'm coming back to doing more of these reviews and stuff. And it's going to take me a second to get into that little bit of a groove that I was in beforehand. But thank you guys. Please share this with your friends and stuff. If it's something that like you might find cool, that like somebody's going out there and getting some of the streaming movies and kind of like telling you, hey man, watch it, don't watch it, and kind of stuff. And I am going to be covering more horror movies than not saying everything's going to be horror, but I am going to be covering more horror movies on this series than any other style movie, because that's just my favorite kind of movie, and it's my favorite kind of movie to like waste time on if I'm going to waste the time for you guys. But with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, do all that thing, and join our Discord, and you're going to talk about these movies that I'm watching for this. But we also can be talking about like anything else, because we also have sports over there. With that being said, guys, stream it. Don't skip it.